6-year-olds are doing this? 6 most disturbing internet trends, chilling scares.
Angel of Death Challenge. On
What?
June 3rd, 2022, an 18-year-old teen tragically passed away after falling in front of a truck in Tangerang.
So we're just starting off,
This particular incident stand out among the dozens of traffic-related deaths on Indonesian roads every day.
Okay.
Was that this was not an accident. Instead, this was the result of one of the most disturbing internet trends that was sweeping the country during this time.
What? So, what do you mean it wasn't an accident? Like he's just getting assassinated? What is happening?
It involved TikTokers, mainly teenagers, playing a game with oncoming traffic, particularly loaded trucks. Their goal was to run out onto a busy street in front of a truck, hope it stops before hitting them without flinching, and post the video of the stunt online.
I'm just like, why? Do we all just want to die? Do we not have any regard for our lives anymore? Why don't we just like want to live? You know, life has some nice perks. We get to breathe. We get to eat. We get to well, now I sound like a fat ass.
Even when drivers had enough time to see the kids performing these stunts, they still couldn't slow down in time to prevent tragedy. Trucks usually carry heavy cargo, and that weight doesn't stop on a dime.
Yeah, like literally. Isn't it like there's like a rule in driving? I'm pretty sure it's like if you're like in a truck, it'll take them like solid like 15 seconds to stop. Isn't it like kind of almost like a rule in driving that they take forever to stop? So you're like not to like, especially not to tailgate them or anything.
Not to mention the fact that this trend was also putting the truck drivers at risk, both physically and psychologically.
Genuinely.
For one of these cases involving a 14-year-old participating in this challenge, the driver fled the scene, likely out of fear of facing criminal charges. If he had instead stopped and cooperated, the footage of the teenager's friends captured for TikTok would have proven his innocence. But by running away, he turned himself into a hit-and-run suspect, potentially jeopardizing his job and even his freedom depending on the charges he received. They managed to stop 14 more kids from attempting the same dangerous stunt that very day.
Indonesia, what y'all got going on over there, bro? Because why are people just doing this? It cannot be anything good. If you got 14-year-olds being like, you know what? Let's go out and end my life.
Happy slapping. On the 21st of January 2005,
This doesn't sound that
the
bad.
TES magazine in the UK reported on a new trend spreading rapidly across the country, something they referred to as happy slapping. Contrary to its
doesn't
name,
sound that
however,
bad.
in essence, it involved people, often young adults or teenagers, going up to a random person, slapping them, recording their shocked reaction, and then sharing that video with others. As for how this trend initially started, some reports from the time linked them to violent TV shows like Jackass and Dirty Sanchez. One of the worst cases of this happened on August 31st, 2009 in South London. A 67-year-old retired care worker named Echo Huck left the mosque on Church Lane in Tooting, England after the evening prayer, where he was then approached by two boys, 15-year-old Hamza Lazai and 16-year-old Leon Elcock, wanting to make a happy slapping video. Things quickly spiraled out of control as neither of them held back, resulting in Ekram passing away a week later from a severe head injury he received during the incident.
Dog, what are y'all doing? This ain't slap battles or something, bro. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, we sent him to a hospital, you know. He literally died.
The happy slapping trend as a whole eventually faded away after the UK and the surrounding countries started treating it as a significant threat to public safety.
I mean, it kind of is.
France even criminalizing it and giving it a punishment of up to 5 years in prison.
Wrap it up. What are we talking about, bro? Skull Breaker Challenge.
On February 14th, 2020, 12-year-old Parker Smith was invited by his friends to film what seemed like a harmless jumping contest with them.
Okay.
He agreed.
He seemed like an
on
astute
camera
individual.
jumped the highest he could, but instead of landing safely on his feet, he fell backward.
Oh, I know this challenge. Isn't this the challenge where they like kick the legs out from you when you're jumping?
The so-called Skull Breaker Challenge required 3 people to stand in a line and somehow convince the person in the middle to jump. As soon as they did, the 2 on the outside swept the legs of the one in the middle, who was usually unaware of what was about to happen.
Why? Why are we doing this? You just have to hate the person that's in the middle doing the actual challenge, like who most likely usually is unwillingly doing it. Like they don't know that they're actually gonna get, you know, their legs swept out from under them. Like you actually just hate that person. Like, dead ass, you have to just hate that person.
Many
Yeah.
others were knocked unconscious by the impact, suffered from severe concussions, and
That
some
makes
even needed
sense.
multiple stitches across their skull and face.
Jesus.
The most devastating of these incidents happened on January 24, 2020 in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, when a group of 7th graders attempted the challenge in school.
Bro, just focus on school, bro. You are in 7th grade, bro. We're in middle school. Can we not just like keep the days of going back at home, playing video games with the boys? Why are we just kicking the legs out of the boys and making the boys go back to the hospital?
Fell way too hard on their head, causing them to lose consciousness and have a seizure. He luckily
God.
survived the incident and eventually recovered without any permanent head trauma. However, his initial condition was bad enough that authorities arrested the other two 13-year-old boys.
I mean,
They were charged with
yeah.
3rd-degree aggravated assault and 3rd-degree endangering an injured victim, since the harm they caused was mostly intentional. TikTok also
yeah.
stepped in and banned all videos of this challenge on their platform. Unfortunately, once something is on the internet, it never truly goes away.
Yeah, it ain't going
As
away.
evident from 2 girls finding videos of the Skullbreaker challenge.
Internet Schoolbreaker Challenge causes serious injury to teen with special needs. 2 girls charged. There is no way, actually no way, that we are out here kicking the legs out of someone who is a special, like that has special needs. Genuinely horrible people, bro. Kia challenge, like the car Kia.
Authorities in Milwaukee, Wisconsin noticed a significant increase in car theft. What made this
So-
even stranger was the fact that the majority of these stolen vehicles were either from Kia or Hyundai, with theft of these
What?
particular cars doubling or even tripling in some areas compared to previous years.
Wow.
However, before investigators could determine the cause of this surge,
What-
the
is that-
situation
is that
spiraled beyond their control.
Does he have
in ways they
underglow? Is
could
his
have never
wheel
expected.
broken?
Put simply, stealing Kia and Hyundai cars became an internet trend called the Kia Challenge.
What the
It
f-
began on July 12, 2022, when a video captioned Kia Boys went viral for demonstrating just how easy it was to steal Kia and Hyundai cars manufactured between 2011 and 2021. All a thief needed was a screwdriver and any regular USB cable, since the connector just so happened to be the perfect size and shape to jumpstart the vehicle. This was
Ah,
a major
hell
hardware
nah,
level
bro.
security Teenagers across the US started breaking into Kias and
Oh,
Hyundais
Lord.
and posting their stunts on social media to
Dog, what are y'all doing? We got the 2 red boys here. We got Thing 1 and Thing 2 over here. And then we got, I don't even know who this is. Like, you look like a ghost. You look like one of them, like, little, like, really pixelated ghost pictures, bro.
Since many of them had no intention
So
of actually
speeding.
profiting off the stolen cars and were only doing it for the internet, they began taking the cars for reckless joyrides around town, putting their lives
Jeez.
and the lives of everyone else on the road in extreme danger. In total, the Kia Challenge resulted in the loss of 8 lives before the disturbing trend was shut down by
Wow.
TikTok and other social platforms. Kia and Hyundai also had to settle a class action lawsuit for $200 million over the dangerously lax security in their cars. Car surfing.
What? Are we talking about, like, drifting? Like, we're talking about, like, drifting, like, donuts and whatnot, then I guess that's not like a TikTok challenge too much, though. That's more like a lot of people just, like, doing it.
Car surfing or riding on the
What
outside
the
of a car.
fuck? I stand corrected. What am I even looking at? What are you doing? Like, do you want to die?
It started gaining popularity in the early 1990s, compelling teenagers and young
1990s.
adults to speed down the highway while precariously balancing themselves on top. Today, most modern cars don't have much to hang on to on the outside
No.
to improve aerodynamics, which makes this already high-risk activity even more deadly. Something that's evident from a 2008 CDC report, which revealed that 58 people lost their lives while engaging in car surfing.
Yeah, that
and
doesn't
41 others
surprise
were
me.
severely injured since 1990.
Doesn't surprise.
Unfortunately,
Oh, my
the
Lord.
rise of social media and the desire to go viral with outrageous stunts have only driven that number higher ever since. Most recently, in May 2023, a 16-year-old boy tragically lost his life while car surfing out the back window of a car when the vehicle lost control and rolled over. He would have
Holy
almost
shit.
certainly kept his life if he were in his seat with a seatbelt. Sadly, the car surfing trend is just as alive today as it was 3 decades ago, and shows no signs of fading away anytime soon.
I just don't get the appeal. If you want to go, like, standing on something moving very fast, bro, why not get a skateboard, man? As someone who skateboards, just get a longboard and start hill bombing, bro. It's a lot safer than doing whatever the hell this is, bro. Blackout challenge. I swear to God, if this has something to do with cutting people's power out of their house, bro, I'm gonna lose it.
The goal in this challenge is to achieve a brief high that comes from cutting off oxygen to the brain by
Huh?
intentionally suffocating until you lose consciousness.
Wha-
However, while many assume that blacking out from lack of oxygen is perfectly safe in the long run, that could
It
be
is
further
not-
from the truth.
It was not the blackout I was
rewarding
thinking.
high in this challenge is in reality reality a dangerous form of cerebral hypoxia, where brain cells are deprived of vital oxygen. This can lead to seizures and hemorrhages. Depriving the brain of oxygen for just a minute can cause permanent, irreversible damage. This can affect
Jesus.
memory and reasoning. Unfortunately, many who try to recreate this challenge are completely unaware of these dangers.
The choking game. Among youth aged 6 to 6-year-olds are doing this?
What makes this even worse is that almost all of these deaths were between the ages of 6 and 19. Much like other viral trends, young impressionable kids are especially drawn in, motivated by peer pressure or the need for validation.
If you're 19 and doing this, like knowing that this is not healthy for you, bro, you need to like actually like, you need to go back to school. You need to go back to school if you're not in college.
One of the most well-known cases is that of Nyla Anderson, a 10-year-old girl from Pennsylvania. Her family found her unconscious on the bedroom floor on the night of December 7, 2021. They rushed her to the nearby hospital. Unfortunately, it was already too late. After barely clinging to life for 5 days, she tragically passed away without ever waking up. No one knew why she would do something like this, until investigators did a forensic analysis of her phone, which revealed she had been viewing videos of the challenge on TikTok. Another tragic instance happened in April 2022 when a 12-year-old boy from the United Kingdom named
those eyes are in my staring in my soul.
Brain damage after attempting the challenge and passed away months later.
Yeah.
And
Wow. Oh my god.
Numerous other children, some as young as 8, suffered a similar fate or other life-altering injuries after attempting this challenge. Sadly, despite social media sites' best efforts to suppress the challenge, it continues to spread to this day.
Actually, this would all be solved if we all just decided to go start playing Minecraft, start playing some Stardew Valley, some Subnautica, Terraria. Pick up the video games, kids, not the stupid trends.